What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy, Mr. Duke, coming at you with another video, man. And today I'm going to talk about the first two NFL head coaching hires. The Jacksonville Jaguars has hired former Ohio State head coach Urban Meyer, and the New York Jets have hired former San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Salah. I'm going to just get my thoughts on those hires and what I think it may mean for the Eagles also. Before I get into this video, man, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I'm going to have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos. So feel free to DM me whenever I get a chance to. I'll get back at you. Come holler at your boy, yo. No surprising here that, the top two jobs available out of all seven vacancies were the first two taken. like, when you look at both teams, obviously the Jaguars and the Jets are two teams who struggled mightily over the years, the last couple of years or whatever. But when you consider the fact that they're both about to get, a young franchise quarterback, they both have a good bit of cap space available. They both got a couple of, decent young skill players. And both organizations are basically not expected to win, next year, year after, or whatever. When you can factor all those things in, these are by far the two best jobs available. And if, when you think about it, with the Jacksonville Jaguars getting Urban Meyer, I was a little surprised. I've been hearing about it for a little while that they may consider him. The support that surprised me was that Urban Meyer actually is, ready to take that itch to get to the NFL. You knew that he wasn't quite done coaching yet. He's still relatively a young man when it comes to, coaches and whatnot. But, it kind of surprised me he's ready to get into the NFL. Obviously he's walking, like I said, he's walking into a brilliant situation. For him, I think it's a solid hire. Considering the fact that he's, worked with a lot of guys, obviously, that's in the NFL. He's been great working with quarterbacks. That's been his number one thing, as far as being a coach, is, his ability to develop the quarterback room. I mean, when you look at Ohio State, like, he won a national championship with his third string quarterback. You look just all the quarterbacks that he's recruited over there. And you could even go back to, a guy like Alex Smith at Utah or Tim Tebow at Florida. You could even Cam Newton at Florida. Cam Newton, of course, got into trouble and had to leave. And long story short, ended up at Auburn. But Urban Meyer was able to, recruit Cam Newton to go to Florida and, coach him up a little bit. So, you got to give him working with Trevor Lawrence, obviously is a big thing to him, which made him want the job and what made Jacksonville feel like they would want him to come in. Guy working with this, with this young generational type of quarterback. And obviously, he puts a good offensive staff out there. He has a great offensive scheme, quarterbacks that could do a little bit of dual threat type of things. So when you look at it, it's a solid hire, man. Jacksonville, I'm a Jaguar. If I was a Jaguar fan, I'd be pretty excited about the prospects of this thing moving forward, and what their future holds for them. Now, the only thing I'm going to say this for Jacksonville, the only problem that Urban Meyer has had, to me, in his last two stops at Florida and at Ohio State particularly, whenever things seemed like they was getting really, really tough or real adverse, all of a sudden he had a headache and he needed to take time off. So that's my only issue with Urban Meyer. It seems like when things get tough, he'll holler, "Oh, my head hurt." Not saying that the man faked being ill or nothing like that, but to me, it's just a big coincidence that those things came into place whenever Florida wasn't as good and when Ohio State started having all kind of internal issues, But overall, solid hire for them. And as far as the New York Jets getting Robert Salah, man, I think this was a brilliant hire for them. It's a guy that I had very, very high on my radar for my Philadelphia Eagles. Just a guy with a lot of energy, a lot of passion. seems like a real great, like a great teacher, and what he teaches to the defense. And I just think that that's a good guy. Seem like I said, a lot of energy, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. Um, a guy with a great personality, to handle the bright lights of New York, and his New York Jets franchise. Obviously, he's gonna, and a guy being such a great defensive coach and particular defensive line coach with that great D line he had over there in San Francisco. I'm sure what would attract the Jets to him was he gets to work with a guy like Quentin Williams, who you feel like is going to be a Pro Bowler pretty soon, if not at some point, if not pretty soon. So when you got a guy like Robert Salah coming in, working with a guy like Quentin Williams and shape and whipping that defense back into shape, all he has to do is get him a good offensive coordinator to go along, whether it's Justin Fields or Zach Wilson, whatever quarterback the New York Jets, decide to take with their second overall pick, which I'm assuming is going to be a quarterback. So when you put all that into consideration, man, I think it's a very, very, very good hire, for the New York Jets, man. And what this means for the Philadelphia Eagles going forward, for me personally, it talks that the Falcons offered Titans offensive coordinator Arthur Brown their head coaching job. Don't know if he's going to take it or not, but let's just hypothetically say he does. That leaves 4 head coaching vacancies. My Eagles, the Chargers, the Lions and the Texans. And to me, there's 3 real big names to me, candidates that I really like that's still out there. Eric Bieniemy, Brian Dable, and Joe Brady. And you would think that the Eagles got a chance to get one of those 3. I think that the Los Angeles Chargers job is very attractive with, the pieces they already have there, and plus the quarterback, and plus the area. I mean, it's LA. So I think that they're going to get the top guy that they want available, probably. But after that, man, I think the Eagles job is a better job than Detroit. Houston, though they got Deshaun Watson, they got a lot of dysfunction over there. They don't even have a draft pick in the first 2 rounds. The Eagles have a team that's, they got a Miles Sanders, you got a Dallas Goedert. Hey, you got an option if you want to fix Wentz, get him back to playing Pro Bowl type football. If you want to roll with a young gun like a Jalen Hurts, you have your option at quarterback. You have a good offensive line when they're healthy. And you had a number 6 pick in the draft where you could get a immediate impact type of player. Now, granted, I know the Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman thing is a big turnoff, but I think if a really good, NFL coach come in there, like he could get this thing turned around really quick in a division that you could win. So that's what I think about that, man. Eagles got a chance to get one of these big 3 coaches remaining. But shout out to the Jaguars and Jets on getting the guys they wanted, yo. But with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe, man. I'm going to have Philadelphia Eagles and NFL content throughout the year. Also, this coming Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific, I'm going to do a live Q&A. Y'all come on there, ask me anything, tell me anything. I'll answer your questions, respond to your comments, and give you a shout out on the live, yo. Y'all should join me. It'll be some good stuff. Until then, yo, y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.